Welcome back to the Restaurant Pre-Shift. I'm your main man, Chef Brother Luck, and today I want to talk about the discipline of saying no, protecting your value as a culinary professional. Now, as you grow in this industry, there's one lesson that I want you to learn. No is not a bad word. It's not a bad word. You've got to learn how to say no. Because, most chefs, we're hospitality driven. We're conditioned to say yes to everything. We want to help people out, and you're going to be asked a lot in your career. So I want you to feel comfortable saying no with alternatives. Now, when we talk about saying yes, the question is why? Does it feel good? Why do you feel the need to say yes? Besides just helping people, I think there's a couple of things when it comes to yourself, when it comes to kind of your validation, your career, your exposure, whatever you're after. I think there's a couple of things you got to think about. One, it feels extremely good to be invited. Like getting that invitation that you've been waiting for, it feels really good. There's a dopamine there. Like it's okay. Second, it feels good to be included. Right? Like you are welcomed. You are a part of the crew. You're a part of the clique. Like that feels really good on that side. It also is nice to be seen. I think there's something about like, you know what? They see me. They see the work that I'm doing. I don't have to keep proving it because they're seeing it. I'm seeing the results. Here's the truth. Opportunities are not free. There's no such thing as free. I used to come up in this industry and be like, "Oh man, I'm getting a comp meal at this restaurant or I'm working at this hotel and they're going to sign everything to the master account." There's no such thing as free. When you work on a P&L, everything has to be accounted for. Every comp, every void, every broken plate, everything. There's no such thing as free. And the same thing goes with you, right? An invitation and a yes comes with a cost because sometimes you're not calculating all the things. I think most of the time we're getting offers to come do these events, right? And I'll use events as an example. When you get invited to do a festival and you've gained some notoriety, you've been on a TV show, you're doing well in your local market with your concept, with your services, whatever it is, you get invited to go do a festival. Most of the time, they're going to pay you for your flight, they're going to pay for your hotel. And they might give you like some swag. They might give you like some free meals, but that's about it. There's not much more that they're offering most of the time. And that's just from my own experience. Here's the thing that you're not accounting for, and I think this is important to talk about. One, your travel time. How much time does it take for you to drive to the airport? How much time does it take for you to fly to the event? How much time does it take for you to come back? That is time that you need to consider that you should be getting paid for. So your travel time should be, because I put a rate on it. This is how much I charge per hour for me to fly there. Then you need to think about your lost business hours. Like when I was doing Top Chef, it was such a hard balance of I'm leaving my business for 6 weeks. I won't be there. I won't have access. I'm not in control of this. I have to be gone for 6 weeks. Is it worth it? Is the exposure worth it? And it was, in my opinion, it was. I made that decision. But like you've got to consider that for festivals. Are losing your business hours, that missed time that you have, is it worth it? You got to consider that. Luggage fees. This is the one thing I think most people don't even think about. It racks up on you, right? Southwest not even free anymore. So you gotta consider that too, because $25 here, another 25 there, especially if you got food with you. Don't dare pack dry ice because that is expensive and they will charge you an arm and a leg. Just saying, use gel packs, use ice cube trays. Don't ever put dry ice because it's very expensive. Ubers, man. I'm telling you, you fly to New York, you fly to Chicago, you fly to LA. It's like a $50 Uber, $60 Uber. Then you get a surge rate and now it's $75, it's $90. Like things rack up on you. Meals in the airport, meals while you're there, right? In between, like you're prepping during the day and you're like, cool, I'm gonna go grab a bite in between like this festival event tonight and the prep time that I'm doing now. Like all that money racks up. So you got to be thinking about breakfast, lunch, dinner, like all of that adds up on you. Your ingredients and costs, like I hope you're getting those covered because most chefs don't think about that. Make sure that your food cost is covered. You should not be paying for those. Your prep time, right? I think there's something always that I factor in, like how much time is it going to take me to prep this 300 portions? How much time is it going to take me to execute this 4-course dinner, 5-course dinner that I'm doing? Like that time should be accounted for because if I have to get to the property, show up, and then get there at 8 in the morning so I can be ready at 6 o'clock, that's a full shift. Like you've got to really ensure that you're making sure that you're getting paid for that. And then your emotional energy. Like your emotional energy is so valuable. Like don't waste that. Just make sure like when you're saying yes to these things or you're saying no, put that into your decision making. Now, invitations are not a compensation. They're not. I think being asked to participate is flattery, but flattery is not a business model. You don't get paid off flattery. So I think even if like the event is charging a premium ticket price, right? They should be able to compensate the talent. So ask yourself this question. If you are a feature and they are going to make money off of your presence, they're going to make money off of your skill set, they're going to make money off of your brand, your reputation, right? Your talent, your time. Should you get paid for it? Because if they're charging $300, $500, $1,000, whatever the ticket price is for the event, you've got to take that into consideration. Should they pay you a fee? I mean, if they're not, it's probably a red flag. I say no to a lot of these now, but earlier in my career, I said yes to everything because I thought that's what you did. So I think it's important to share this kind of stuff because I wish somebody would have shared it with me 10, 15 years ago. Know the real value of your time. If you're asked to produce 300 tasting portions, a cooking demo, a chef collab dinner, and it's all in one weekend. That's a lot of work. So, honestly, I will ask. I'll be like, hey, well, I love that you're interested in me doing this and I'd love to help you. My rate's 5,000. So here's what I need to say yes to that. If you're going to pay me to come do this event, I'm in. But if they don't value the chef the way they value the revenue, it's not really worth the time. Like it's probably not the best partnership or collaboration that you should have. And here's the other side of this. I'll take this as a perfect example. Was invited to do one festival. I won't name the festival. But they were asking me to fly across the country and exactly do that. It was a cooking class, there was a demo, and then they wanted me to do 300 portions plus do a feature on one of the collab dinners with the other celebrity chefs. When I asked for the 5 grand, they were like, "We don't pay chef fees." Well, if you don't pay chef fees, I don't know. You should probably go get somebody else. And here's what I did. I bought my own plane ticket there. I got an Airbnb and I paid for it. And it was a nice, beautiful house on the place where it was. And I took my sous chef with me and we executed this event, sold our own tickets, created our own tickets, sold our own tickets, did the whole meal, did the whole reception, like hosted our own event on the island and got paid our own money without having to give up any of that revenue to anybody. Like we covered all the expenses and we still, because we're in the industry, had access to all of the other talent because we're all friends. So I was in every photo at the festival. I still was included, even though I wasn't an official participant, and I still made my money privately. Just because they're hosting an event doesn't mean you can't host one. They don't own the entire, well, some do, but you have to be strategic about this. Like there's ways for you to say, you know what, I could just host my own event because that's really where a lot of those dollars are going towards is the planning, the organization. And most of the time, some of those people don't know what they're doing. So they're just spending money frivolous. And if they're not putting value on you as talent, you've got to really make sure that you're not getting stuck with a middleman. You're not being undervalued. You're not begging to be included. You're having ownership of your brand, of your talent, of your money. Excitement can be expensive. Build yourself a filter. You have to build a filter because you need to allow things to essentially go through this filter of saying, is it worth it or am I just excited? Like, does it make sense for what I want? What are your values? What are your priorities? Like, what checklist do you have put together that tells you, yes, I will say yes to this because it fits all of these check marks that I have? Or am I just excited because it's really nice to be invited? It's really cool to be able to do it. So I just want to make sure that you guys know saying no is not disrespectful. It is valuing yourself. It is valuing your skill set. It is valuing your experience. Saying no is not ungrateful. So don't ever let someone make you feel guilty for that. Like be proud of what you've accomplished. And the fact that they would ask you is a huge honor in itself. So it speaks volumes to where you're at if you're getting the invite. Saying no is how you protect your worth. Like you need to make sure that your business, your longevity, your worth, that's all protected because that's what matters at the end. So I just, I wish more chefs would talk about this part of it because sometimes the trip's worth it, right? Sometimes it's like, cool, I want to visit that part of the country. I want to see that part of the country. So I'll do it for the flight or I'll do it for the lodging because I want the experience, right? I want to go explore the culture that's over there. And that's just an opportunity for me to go do that. But there's other ways to actually create revenue while you're there, right? Partnering with another brand to say, hey, I'd love to do this class with you, or I'd love to do this event with you, or I'd like to create this experience with you, and I'll represent your product and I'll sell your product and I can get a percent of your product that you sell. Like there's ways of building these relationships that I've found in my career that allows me to do this. I mean, perfect example, every year for one of the major festivals, I always do a private catering. I don't do the main festival. And there's nothing wrong with doing the festival. It's just it's a lot of portions to serve. I don't want to work that much. That's crazy how many portions I have to serve repeatedly over the course of 3 days. But if I do a private catering for a brand, a sponsor, a liquor rep for their clients, a VIP experience in their private home, in their Airbnb rental, I get to now create that marketing budget with my experience. And like that's where I can actually make some cash. And I found way more success with that doing these events than the other way around. So just be strategic in it, man. From me to you, another restaurant pre-shift. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some direction. I hope that you learned that no is not a bad word. And at the end of the day, just make sure you value yourself. It's cool to be invited, but you ain't always got to say yes. It's okay to say no. Peace, y'all.